From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. A developing story out of Utah. ABC News has learned the FBI is responding to Utah Valley University. Conservative talk show host and political activist Charlie Kirk has been shot during an event in Utah. Two law enforcement sources confirmed to ABC News. Again, a developing story that conservative talk show host political activist Charlie Kirk has been shot during an event at Utah Valley University. NATO officials and allies say...
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by ZipRecruiter.
I'm Cammie McCormick. We have this just in. Conservative media personality Charlie Kirk has been shot. It happened at Utah Valley University, where he was taking part in an event. NATO warplane shot down...
Free Audacy app.
KNX, KNX FM and HD, Los Angeles.
This is Southern California's news.
Margaret Carrero along with Brian Ping. It is the breaking news that we are following out of Utah at this hour. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk has been shot. This happened at an event at Utah Valley University. We will have much more for you to come here on KNX News.
Only on KNX News 97.1 FM.
It is 12 o'clock, and again, the KNX News Lunch Hour sponsored by the Ozeron Law Injured Workers Hotline. Multiple reports that prominent conservative activist Charlie Kirk has been shot at an event at Utah Valley University. We are being joined, and by the way, it's Margaret Carrero along with Brian Ping here, and we are being joined live by Roxanne Hoge, the chair of the LA County GOP. She was just on a call this morning with people from Charlie Kirk's group, Turning Point USA. Roxanne, I understand you know Charlie Kirk. What do you know, if anything, at this point?
I know what all of us know, which is that he's been shot, taken to the hospital. People are incredibly shaken up. I was actually having breakfast with some people from TPUSA who are working on, and this is the crazy thing, what Charlie has done is engage people and talk to people. And this is a direct result of the speech equals violence crowd. Speech is not violence. Speech is what humans do in order to disagree, agree, come to understandings of each other. And that someone thought that the solution to their political insanity was to harm another person again, and we've already seen that, going mostly in one direction. People have got to get their acts together on the left and realize that speech is just speech.
Roxanne, tell us about the nature of this event today. Was it a rally? Was it some sort of Q&A session? What was going on here?
I imagine I pulled over to get my thoughts together, and then you called. And in early March, Charlie was here and spoke at USC. And what he does is it's very simple. It's a table and two microphones, and people crowd in and crush in, and they can ask him anything. They can say, I love you and you're amazing. What's your favorite ice cream? Or they can say, I think whatever you think about X is terrible. And they'll have an exchange. And he has a brilliant, curious, engaging mind, and he talks to everybody politely. I actually just found a tweet from that day while I was watching this crowd. And two co-eds were next to me, and one of the girls said, oh, my God, this is like a effing hate crime. And no, sweetheart, the hate crime is actually physically attacking and shooting people that you disagree with.
Yeah.
So he was just doing what he always does.
Roxanne, I mean, granted, there has been a rise in political violence on both sides. And I mean, this is something that we need to address in this country, is it not? On both sides.
Well, it is, but I haven't seen. So I live in Los Angeles, and what I see, and having fled a country where there was actual political violence, where many people were raped and murdered for their views, what I see is that it is unsafe For example, for some people, some neighborhoods to have an American flag or to put up, I'm sure the Republican Party, they can't put up a Republican sign or can't put something on your car. I'm not talking about shooting people, but when it is physically unsafe to say, why, yes, I'm a member of the party that freed the slaves and fought for civil rights and has been around in this country since the 1860s, something, you're right, is very wrong.
We have confirmation now from the Associated Press citing Kirk's organization, Turning Point USA, that Kirk was indeed shot. We do not know the extent of the injuries. But I wanted to ask you, Roxanne, why does he matter? What is his stature? Why is he so important in the ranks of the conservative media space? How much of a figure is he as far as that goes?
Well, he talks. He's willing to talk and he's willing to listen. And that is important, not just for conservatives, but for humans. But additionally, and it's crass to think politically, but in the political space, he talks the talk and he walks the walk, right? He's mobilized kids who felt invisible or lost or were snubbed or worse, abused for saying crazy things like, I think segregation is bad, or, hey, I think you should follow the U.S. Constitution. So he gave voice to the voiceless, and then he activated them and got those people, instead of turning away from politics, he got them to register to vote and to register others to vote and to encourage each other to run for office and to participate in what America has, which is so precious. The rest of the world, politics is always violent, and the history of political movements is often violent, and in America it is mostly not. It is mostly a war of words, and that's what it should be.
All right. Roxanne Hoge, chair of the LA County GOP, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate your time this afternoon.
Thank you. Praying for Charlie's safety.
Indeed, indeed. We're going to turn over now.